actually, that didn't help sitting here listening to the folks come up and talk, because we have the mental health issue, but yet we spend all of our time talking about land, water, protect the environment, save the salmon. Well, we had 25 years of this GMA to go to look at what the results have been. This thing's got to go. Not any up here, like, I come up here and rant, and I know I do. I don't think any one of you is a stupid person. I think you're all individually very bright people. It's just collectively. And it's collectively not just you guys. It's the people on the Hirsch team that brought that all together. I know you talked about your defense of the Hirsch against, the lawsuits and what you put as against it. But the reality is for the majority of you here, you drink from the same cup. Staldheim, Melius, Hirsch. You drink from that same cup. 99% of the time, you guys are just in lockstep. Ideologically the same. And it blinds you. And I had to think about that a little bit. As a kid, we grew up out in the country, and we would go to town, and it was always a big trip, right? Once every 3 weeks or whatever. But we'd pick up this neighbor lady and her mentally challenged son, who was about 30, and we were probably 7, 8 years old. We'd ride in the back of the station wagon, the old Woody, and we'd go into town, and we'd sit back there with Wayne. And we'd have a great time, except in the summertime, because that was before air conditioning. So we'd get to town, roll down the windows, and we'd travel along. Well, at every intersection, we'd stop. All of a sudden, we'd hear, and Wayne, we would kind of look around, and, well, after a few times, we realized, okay, it's Wayne. He's got his arm out the window, banging on the roof. And he would look at us as though it was a mystery. Who's doing this? And he had a great time. And the adults were, kind of just tolerated it. But us kids, we could have called him out on it. But we were like, he's mentally challenged. Let's just have fun with it. So we'd always have fun with it, and we'd be just with him. Well, this went on, and each time, I'm telling you, you could have put him on a polygraph. He would have passed it. Nobody knew who was knocking on that roof of that car, and we all bought into it collectively and just had a lot of fun with it.
30 seconds, please.
Well, it turned out that one day we brought a couple of the kids, some of his school kids with him, and they were in the car too. And when he started knocking on the roof, well, what was great is we were all kind of going along with it, but not his buddies. They were shocked that somebody was knocking on the roof. And they bought into it. And Wayne really loved that. And I got to say, that's what it's like watching you guys and our state deal with the GMA. It's just like you're the passengers we picked up from that school. Collectively, stupid as rocks. Individually, smart, intelligent, well thought out people. But the results are 25 years of failure with that GMA. It's brought us the exact opposite of its intended goal. The wealth that's gone can't fund the mental health things. We act like we don't care, but the reality is the wealth that you filter out of the system comes directly from the mental health issues, the things that we should be talking about. Thank you.
Evening, Council. Low turnout tonight. I was thinking about what's happened here as of recent, and I shared that experience with Ron too, and it's actually quite fitting.
Could you state your name, please?
Yeah, I'm Jayson Reimer. I was thinking about these emergency moratoriums we've got going on and the property valuation thefts that have gone, you guys have basically forced on us with all the excuses that you've provided, which are all unacceptable still. We're looking for emergency tax relief to go along with these emergency takings. I'm thinking maybe upwards of 80-90% of property value should be immediately taken and taken off the roll and spread out amongst the rest of the county immediately. Now, I know in your smugness, of course, that's ludicrous to you because we already had your thinking described, and it's appalling. closed-in echo chamber you guys live in, I see 6. I'll cut Barbara some slack. But usually there's 6 different versions of Democrat extremism in front of us. There's nothing else on this nonpartisan body. So congratulations, you've done it to yourselves. We've got 25 years of it here with the Growth Management Act that you guys all have been rooting for, and you're almost complete. But have we seen any percentage increase in the fish that we're saving? Any studies, any proof to show us the outcome of this growth management and your central planning ideas? Anybody seen anything convincing or impressive even? I haven't. Nothing justifying it other than more bureaucrats, more taxes, and more nincompoops who should be out in the private sector getting a life and a real job. So what I've done, I don't know if there's anybody I can turn, I've got a special form I took the liberty to print out this afternoon. I just want to give you each a copy. Feel free to make amendments.
Jayson, he can pass it.
We'll pass it out for you.
Oh, that's okay. I got this. Yeah, I'll give you one, Barbara. This doesn't apply. But you
Thank
can
you, I
enjoy it.
guess.
Maybe give it the sheriff a set. I was thinking about you could amend it. Feel free to amend it. But I would make a suggested amendment with the effective 2 weeks from today part. You could change that to immediately. Because after seeing how you guys have come to the conclusions on these moratoriums and such, we don't want to see how you handle the comprehensive plan and all the boards you've appointed yourself to. You're clearly not competent to be qualified for any of this. And we really would like to see your resignation. So that resignation sample
30
copy
seconds,
I gave there
please.
we're happy to take those. Debbie Alstein, I'm sure, will be in tomorrow. And we'd like some new elections with some new opportunities to place real representatives for our districts on this council immediately. Thank you.